Hi Aries, welcome to your 2022 year in review. This is going to be, of course, for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, but it's really talking about Aries placement. So, 2022, we're going to break it down into seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall, and then we'll clarify from each. Well, we'll not clarify. We'll go deeper into each season, and then, I always read it as a whole at the same time. So it's just how I do my readings. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to use the Tarot Dreams. Everything's pre-shuffled. I'm feeling for you this year is about like a sense of wonder and adventure. At least it can be. And even relating to love, I feel like some of you may end up with, someone completely different than you, or what you normally would go for. But I feel like this is a good thing. It's almost like what seems like opposites coming together, and really figuring out we're not really that opposite. Your focus this year is really, you want to keep it on healing, self-healing, in all ways. You know what I mean? That could just mean stay active, as active as you can. Try to stay grounded. Try not to take things on this year in a personal way that really aren't, you know what I mean? Can be someone who acts a certain way and I take it personally. However, it's just who they are, and they're that way with everyone. That kind of, don't take it on this year. So, just doing whatever you can to help yourself along this journey. Your lucky numbers, by the way, are 6 and 9. 6 and 9, and that's really in any format. So keep that in mind, any format. All right, well, we open with the 7 of Swords. I guess it's good that we're opening with the 7 of Swords. Because who's ever in this energy, it feels like they're leaving. 7 of Swords can be really like energy that is just it's untrustworthy, and it feels untrustworthy. Maybe that's why I said don't take on other people's actions personally, when some people are that way with everyone. You may have recently just found out, like, just energy that's been around you in some untrustworthy form. But listen, it definitely looks like they're leaving. Okay. We have the 8 of Wands, fast-moving energy. What I think about, I bring about. Well. Okay, we're not taking... Oh, look at that. I feel like... Okay. We're going to take these as a remainder of the year. We have the 4 of Pentacles. That may say, like, in the summertime, it's a good time to concentrate on your home. Or, you'll be very inspired through your home. And I don't mean that in, like, I'm inspired to, like, redecorate my home, maybe. But I feel like, receiving, like, epiphanies and what have you. Anyway, let's keep going. We have the Page of Wands. Okay, but we did get some extra cards, so we're going to take them. And it starts with Temperance, which is about divine timing. That's why I took them. I saw her. We have the Ace of Swords. This is the truth of the matter. I have to say, again, I feel like who's ever in that 7 of Swords energy, again, in some form is untrustworthy. Takes more than they need, takes more than their fair share, doesn't give, takes, that type of energy. Temperance is here, like the notice of that, right? And it's about divine timing. I feel like for some of you, it's about divine truth, though. This Ace of Swords is like telling you, a truth that you can trust in. If I've been questioning that, I feel like just know it. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Six of Wands. And then we have the Six of Swords. Okay. So, I'm kind of reading these separate. I just want you to know that, though I know it's relating back. Again, Temperance. Card of Sagittarius, by the way. Divine timing. Divine order. Divine control. I feel like this is like a truth, like receiving a truth that, you know, you cannot deny. You should not deny. And it doesn't help you to deny it. Because honestly, it's like what's coming in puts you in the energy of victory, being victorious. You know, this could be someone like I've been telling people and telling people, nobody would listen to me, and then all of a sudden something happens, you know, like something happens, and now people are like, whoa, you were right. You were right. But ultimately, where is it moving you to? The Six of Swords. So it's away from that energy. So I feel like this is why they came out separately, just to let us know, because, you know, you never want that to come in, but if it's going to come in, you're as your first card, because I can see that they're on their way out, or you're on your way out, and that's what the Six of Swords is about. So I feel like, you know, if I've been trying to make any decisions that have been, listen, if I've been in my emotional house over it, like out of my natural energy because of it, but yet still trying to decide something, you know, I feel like there is a truth, and the truth, I feel like, you know, it's almost like I don't have to tell you this because I feel like you already know it. Just listen to yourself. You know, choose a cup. Choose a cup, because I feel like, you know, if you're trusting divine, you're trusting your intuition, all of that. If you are looking, you know, optimistic, putting like your intent out there in all that can be versus, you know, then I feel like whatever cup you choose will be the right cup. You know, it's like divine has your back. Okay, we're going to say thank you. We have the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. This is the marriage card. You know, it's on the bottom of the deck. This is the commitment card. It's funny because, you know, now really what's on the bottom, the way I'm doing it, it's going to be on the bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. So some of you, you're leaving a commitment. You're leaving a, you know, maybe it's a marriage. Listen, I'm not telling you something. I'm not telling you to do anything. I feel like I just feel like you know what I'm talking about. All right. Well, let's bring in our next deck. And I do not know the name of this deck. And let's start right from the get-go, right from the beginning. We have the Eight of Wands. You know, it's interesting because I have not been reading reversals, but this one clearly wanted to come in reverse. You know, it's like someone taking your energy, like an energy vampire. You know, no matter what, it is what I think about, I bring about, but it's in reverse. And I feel like, you know, it can talk about like what feels like hardship keeps coming my way. But I feel like, now listen, I'm not putting the blame on you. I'm just saying my intent. Almost like maybe I didn't want to see a truth. So what I manifest out of fear, out of denial. You know what I mean? And it's almost like the Ten of Swords. Like, I know another sword's going to come, but I'm going to lay there and I'm going to wait for it. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. What is going on here? We have the Devil card of Capricorn. We have the Hermit. You know, I feel like this is your ultimately this is the purpose. This is where it potentially brings you, right? The Hermit is seeking the wisdom out of this situation. Like if my energy is being drained and it's because of a particular person or situation, I've got to know that. I've got to be real with myself, right? You know, the Hermit wants, it's like, the Hermit is the energy of really learning these lessons in this lifetime, these physical, you know, manifested lessons in this lifetime. Because it's about expansion, it's about growth. The Hermit, you know, is the ultimate teacher and teaches based on the Hermit's own experience. You know, I don't know why, but I feel like this Hermit is like standing on a mountaintop and shining the beacon of light, like, to the people in the valley. This feels kind of really spiritual. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles. So, with the Seven of Cups, with the Two of Pentacles underneath it. Something, right from the get-go, I feel like binds you to a certain situation. At least this is what you think. Ties you to a certain situation. Clearly, this has been energy that is draining you. I feel like it's draining you, but not just that. I feel like, and I feel like I'm talking about the past, but how it's affecting me right now, it affects me in my decision making. So when I decide, you know, do I stay? Do I go? Do I take this opportunity? Do I not? I have a very hard time making a decision out of it because, you know, it's the energy of like every time I feel like I take a cup, you know, it looks so pretty and nice and shiny, and then boom, a snake jumps out. You know, that's what the Hermit's saying. Well, I'm here to eliminate those snakes. So the Two of Pentacles is really, I feel like, using your logical mind in making any decisions. It's interesting because this person in the Two of Pentacles, his back is to his blessings. It's like maybe I can't see them, but I know they're out there. So this is a different way of looking at things. If this is about do I stay or do I go? We have two Eight of Wands, one in the upright and one in reverse. But this one in reverse is directly connected to this, again, energy of deceit. I don't know. So again, Two of Pentacles. I'm literally making, like, I'm thinking about it in a different way. I'm thinking about me, right? And I'm thinking about my foundation. And I'm thinking, is it going to help me? Is it going to help me reach what potentially I have the right to reach? Or is it going to chain me up, pin me down, hold me back? You know, here I am making a decision out of, I can make it out of one or two ways. I can make it out of the wisdom of the Hermit, or I can make it out of the chaotic energy of the Seven of Cups. I feel like, but I gotta make it. Okay, I'm just letting your reading be what it wants to be. Wow, I like seeing that. The Ten of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is making a decision. You know, it simply feels like the minute I cut ties, you know, now we have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I just realized that. So the minute I cut ties, I leave, I give myself permission to like go through the choppiness to know that I will reach what it is I want to reach. You know, and again, literally, I feel like something draining you that, you know, I know it's personal. I know that. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, whatever is next for that energy will, until they see it, it will be. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Wow. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. You know, I feel like someone's like, you know, maybe I don't deserve more. Maybe this is what I deserve. You know, that's not the case. That's not the truth. That is an illusion that is made up in that Ten Swords, right? It's an illusion. Just because we have the thought, it doesn't make it true, right? The Hermit gives you the ability to pull from your wisdom, really of all lives. And sometimes we do have to analyze our thoughts. Because and the reason why is sometimes other people's energy, other people's thoughts, other people's words, actions have turned have turned into our mental blocks, our, you know, lack of self-esteem, lack of self-trust. You know, it's almost like someone saying, you know, no one else will want you. Boy, I've heard that. No one else will want you with children. You know, I have heard that. I've heard that. I was in my 20s. And I think for a little while I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Alright, we have the Nine of Wands. It's interesting how this reading is going. I have the Queen of Swords. You know, the Queen of Swords, she is coming in the upright, but this can be the energy of, you know, like words and thoughts and honesty and that type of, you know, thing. You know, I also feel like I have to say that I feel for some of you it's saying, keep your, like, don't give up on on your dreams, on your, like, what you would like to bring into your world. You know, if it is a Ten of Cups, don't give up on that. But in the same breath, you know what I mean? Like, if we stay in energy that is, I don't know, working against us, that's not going to help us manifest what we truly want, right? It has to take our action too, our intention. And I feel like that's what we have two Eight of Wands, but one in reverse. Like, damn it, I've been manifesting all wrong all this time. Now I'm starting to get it. Now I'm starting to understand it. Now I'm starting to think about me and put myself first. Again, will it expand my world or will it limit my world? Knight of Wands talks about the spiritual muscles you have grown through this journey. You have 2 nines connected, you know, the Hermit. You know, here's my spiritual wisdom and my worldly wisdom, but with the 9 of Wands, right? That determination. It just feels like a perfect marriage. And, you know, it's interesting. The 9 of Wands is looking over at that 10 of Cups. Simply put, I feel like maybe I thought I was in the 10 of Cups, but I am not. Listen, whether this is work or love, what I thought I was going to get is not what I got, right? Something is not fulfilling you. And until you take action, it feels like it will remain that way. Because these 8s are about self, right? Self. Your intentions, right? Your viewpoint, what you're putting out into the universe. You know, these 10 swords are of other people, but it gets to a point where we lay there and we just take them. We just take them, and I feel like for some of us, we felt like we had to. And maybe that's what we're having the awareness of. We do not have to. Or maybe just because I thought this was going to be the 10 of Cups and it's not, I don't want to give up, right? I want to keep searching. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had a knock at my door. What is that from? Thinking like Three's Company. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Empress. The Empress. I mean, the Empress and the Hermit in the same line. And listen, I'm not talking about signs at all here. I'm just talking about energy. I think, you know, the more that we understand that, you know, our life is really ran by energy, more than anything. It's like, this is when, like, life experiences, and the willingness to, you know, the Empress is the wisdom of all the queens. I mean, she's probably had a long, difficult life. Maybe it's not long, could be short, but yeah, difficult, right? Maybe I had repeating patterns and repeating patterns. You know, when I, you know, and then these 9s, I feel like 9s is, why do I feel like this? I feel like 9s, when you see 9s, think of a pattern. Look if there's patterns. I don't know where I'm getting that. Okay, let's get our last 2 cards. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Hello. So we have the Empress and now the Emperor side by side. How amazing is that? That happens hardly ever, though it has happened. You know where it happened? Was in my last twin flame reading. I think it was because I think I titled it an Empress and an Empress and an Emperor. I think that was the title. Look at that. All right, let's get your last card. And then we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the beginning. I can't take my eyes off the Emperor and the Empress coming out side by side there. All right. We have the Queen of Wands. You know, she's shown in reverse. I don't really feel it. It's funny because that's really how I read. It's like, you know, sometimes they show in reverse, but I'm not feeling them in reverse, right? Um, Especially when they all show up in reverse. You know, I feel like, okay, that was probably my humanness. But we're going to read them both ways, right? I think I should turn this queen. Even though, no, I'm going to leave this queen this way. Okay. Anyway. So we have the Princess of Wands, and then we have the Wheel of Destiny. Come out extra. You know, can I feel, you know, I feel like this is just saying for some of you, you know, there is this partner. You know, it's interesting because of how we open the reading and then how we finish the reading. Wow. I don't know if this Emperor is thinking of this Queen, because this is the Queen of Wands, and back here it's the Princess. So I feel sometime at some point this Emperor had a connection to this Princess, whether it be this lifetime, last lifetime, all lifetimes. It's on the wheel, right? It's part of destiny. You know, she's in reverse here. But I don't know if that matters because the Empress is right here. Okay, so let's just keep that. Look what's on the bottom of this deck. The Ace of Cups. Look at that. So the first deck has you moving away out of this Seven of Swords energy, right? What's ever been stealing your energy, stealing your time, stealing your thoughts, stealing whatever. Taking more than what is theirs, in whatever way it is. It's, you know, it can leave, but I feel like it leaves through your energy. I should put it a different way. Maybe it's you ending it, right? You make the decision of ending it. And then I don't know what to say other than I feel like, you know, as you travel this path, what we thought we had, and then what we receive, what becomes, is night and day. But it is so hard to know that when I'm up in this type of energy, right? So I have to take it step by step to get myself through. Okay. All right, let's use the Gilded Tarot. They're already pre-shuffled. All right, keep going. Sounds like it's raining out. We have the Wheel. So funny, just looking at the clock. Okay, it is moving. I was like, oh my gosh, did I forget to push? Okay, look at this. We have the Emperor. So, card of Aries, right? We're doing Aries 2022 in review. Here you are. Here you are twice, actually. One within that reversal of the Eight of Wands. One next to the Empress. Now, male or female, it doesn't matter. Look at that. The Knight of Cups. Wow. Wow. Interesting. You know, this is going to sound strange to some, but you know, and I know it's not everyone, but I feel for some, it's been about like paying back our karma so that we can get rid of it, let it go, clear it out. Maybe it's through other people, through experience. You know, it's through some types of experiences, because I'm feeling that like that energy and this energy are night and day. So here comes the Knight of Cups. And the Knight is about bringing you in a cup. Here you are in the Two of Pentacles. Should I or shouldn't I? You know, I don't say this very often, but I do feel like, you know, this could be like in communication. This could be, I don't know, in an area where you work. We have the Moon. Card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. Coming over Capricorn. But the Moon, it's funny because both those energies cast shadows. Look at this, the Ten of Cups over the Eight of Wands. Okay, let's stop because we have the Ten of Cups here in reverse. You know, again, with the Eight of Wands mirroring it, you know, and it's saying I've got to be aware of that energy, like my intention that I'm putting out there, or even what I accept. You know what I mean? Because what's between them? It's the Hermit. It's almost like the Hermit is the teacher, right? It lies within the lesson lies within the energy of the Hermit. Why? Because it feels like this Knight is coming in, right? And the Seven of Cups, would, you know, listen, is mirroring the Seven of Swords. Maybe both are meant to be on the wheel, right? But one feels karmic and one feels not. Not. And what I'm saying is I feel like for some, it's like it brings you a sense of clarity. And in that clarity, these swords, right, of what were and what I thought I was tied to, you know, I don't know if they come in before that ends. They may. But if they do, I feel like it's to, like, awaken you to, like, what I think I can have and what I can really have. Well, it's all up to me in my intention. Here, maybe I just don't think I deserve it. Maybe I've been alone so long that why would it come now? Be careful of the thoughts. Let those type of thoughts drop out. Why not? You never know. It could happen at any moment, at any time. You never know. You never know. You know what I mean? Like there's a card. We have the Three of Wands. Hello. This is an optimistic viewpoint of my future and what it could be and what it holds. And it's coming over the Hermit's energy. You know, interesting enough, like the Two of Pentacles knows that those, you know, is feeling that those blessings are behind them. And in the Three of Wands, it's almost like once something comes in to show me that maybe it all does exist. Your intention, just like everybody's this year, because this is a year where, you know, manifesting, I feel like is sped up. That can be good. We have the Fool. I'm going to free myself. And then look at this. We have the Lovers. Wow. You know, first of all, card of Gemini. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas all in a corner. Here's the Emperor over there. Another major arcana. You have a lot of major arcanas. 2 major arcanas. Just can talk about changes, right? Changes. Now, they don't have to mean like physically moving, like physical, but it does mean like changes in myself. And listen, you know, the more that you can be in a sense of wonder and adventure, the more I feel like this year will find you. It just feels blessed. Now, the Lovers is coming over that Ten of Swords. So this Lover's energy, you know, it's almost like this energy comes in. It's like, here I am as the Fool, right? Like something is making me willing to say goodbye to that type of energy and become the Fool. The Fool is completely open. You know, the Fool is adventurous. The Fool carries no past. You know, just the wisdom of the Hermit. So I feel like this will have you moving on a different path. And again, you know, can you expect it? I don't think you can. I think it just happens when it happens. Because, truth be told, it's like the realization of this has to be first. Anyway, who's ever in this Lover's energy is like, boom. They just help allow those swords just to fall out. For some, you know, it's interesting because I have the Emperor looking at this Queen of Wands in reverse. And I'm just wondering, you know, is this Emperor leaving this Queen of Wands? Or is this Emperor you know, like connecting this Prince of Wands to this Queen of Wands? So that makes sense. Doesn't even make sense to me. Alright, we have the Nine of Wands. Anytime you see a 9, you want to think about reflection. It's asking me to reflect on something. Usually I feel 9 is talking about a whole cycle. Like I need to reflect back, you know, on the whole, on my last cycle. And maybe it's like, and the cycle before that, and the cycle before that. What's the similarities? What's the, you know. All right, we have, it was in reverse. We have the Devil. And we have the Ten of Wands. You know, it can be a Capricorn, for sure. But listen, you know, what it feels like, because the Ten of Cups is in reverse, and now we have the Ten of Wands looking at that. But also the Devil in reverse. I feel like, you know, we have to, and I know Capricorn, there's all kinds of great things about this energy, but it is also the energy of what binds me. Ten of Wands means I've taken a lot on, right, on my own shoulders. What's mine with a 9 underneath it? What's mine and what's not mine? Because there's no way you're bringing that into the Fool's energy, right? There's no way. So I feel like, you know, the Devil in reverse over this Ten of Cups in reverse is completely different energy than what you imagine, what can be, right? Your intention. I'm not saying that, you know, someone in the past who hurt you can't come back in completely new energy. They can. Why couldn't they? If you can, so can they. But I'm not putting any claims to that. I'm just saying, I feel like this is talking about individual growth, and then therefore, we have the Six of Pentacles. Look at that. 2 6s side by side. We're in a universal year 6. We're doing a reading about that. 6 of Pentacles. You know, I feel like the Six of Pentacles is really a beautiful type energy. It's a very give. You know, it's like I want to give. I want to give. It's a very charitable type energy. The only thing I have to worry, but it's not in reverse, so what do I have to worry about? Is that, you know, am I allowing myself to receive? Because it's an equal balance. It's a 3 of 3, right? But with all that being said, I feel like it's also talking about an energy of someone, and like a kind heart, generosity, that type of thing. When I'm in that energy, you know, it comes back to me tenfold. But I also feel someone else may be of this energy. It's interesting how your year almost is, because, you know, I feel like, you know, do I have the ability to, like, move this energy along? I feel like the answer is yes. But I got to be really honest with myself. I'm not telling you to get up and leave anything that you don't want to leave. You know what I mean? But I feel like if you're thinking more outside of, like, you're dreaming more about what could be versus what is, you got to be honest with yourself. Look at the devil trying to run away. All right. We have the... Okay, that's so funny because they came reversed. And I flipped the queen. I don't know if I flipped them both over. And when I did that, the queen fell out of my hand. And then when I looked at her, she's laying there in reverse, almost like leave me in reverse. So I'm going to do that. So that means I have to leave the Ten of Swords in reverse. That's interesting. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. 10-10. You know, Ten of Pentacles belongs over the Empress energy almost, because this is about creating roots within my life, within, you know, my soul's eternity. This is also about, you know, in your physical world. But this Empress is connected, right? The Emperor and Empress are now connected here. Period. They are. Okay. I feel like your cards are misbehaving. All right, we have the Death card. We have the World. And I want to come back over here. We have the Nine of Cups. It's interesting because why do I feel the Empress isn't feeling her normal certainty? We have the Sun. Look at that. Okay. You know, for some reason, I feel like the Empress truly is not just feeling her certainty now. Somehow, some way, it's like almost like something got its hooks in me. And I got to take those hooks out. And a lot of it is of self-belief, like things that I tell myself, things that I've told myself, right? Again, another 9. There's got to be patterns. There has to be. And the Sun right next to that, hello. This beautiful illumination. It really is. It's illumination. Even though there's a worry here. First of all, there's the World, right? Yes, to the next chapter. You know, no swords belong in there. You know, the Nine of Swords is just the worry that comes over this. But the Sun is almost like divine, showing you the way, right? It reveals all, even like what's not true in my own head. And it's funny because the Death card I just noticed is now coming over this Queen, which is in reverse. So this could talk about an Emperor and another who, this could talk about a Queen that was tied way back here. So something comes to an end, right? A door closes. We know that because, first of all, I want to say, when a door closes, another one opens. Here's the door closing. The world is next. Here's the next door opening. I'm a little scared about that, Sandy. I'm a little afraid to open my heart because of what was, right? Yes, I get that, but there's patterns in that too, because it talks about, what was. Just figure out your part in it so you don't have to carry it anymore. And the sun helps you do that. It helps you do that, right? It helps you really become the fool so you can seek adventure, wonder. It's so interesting how I said where I feel like you may meet someone who is so what you expected, right? Who you find becomes the energy of this lovers, right? These lovers. In the year of the lovers, hello. And, it's like we look so different in the beginning, but ultimately, at the end, here the Empress and the Emperor side by side. And now we see what we have in common. What a lot of wisdom. What a lot of, I feel like this is something that is just meant to be found. But the human lessons cannot be skipped over. But it definitely feels meant to be found whenever you're ready. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's something that goes away, but it's saying, if I truly want the ultimate, then I've got to put my intention there. I've got to be real with myself, right? I've got to close whatever doors need to be closed and believe that there's going to be a rebirth, and boom, it shows. And the sun helps illuminate any steps. The sun's also illuminating the 10 Pentacles. And it's illuminating the Emperor and the Empress. And I think I'm going to leave it there. This feels very destined. I don't know what to say. And then let's not forget, we have the Ace of Cups. Just because someone couldn't love you in the way you deserve to be loved doesn't mean that someone can't, right? It just means maybe they couldn't. Doesn't mean somebody else can't. Doesn't even mean someone who couldn't learns how to. It can be many different things. But I feel like it all starts with ourselves, being real with self. And that is the beginning. That is the activation. I love you guys. As always, thank you. Let me know what you thought about the reading. I know it didn't break down so much. It kind of read as a whole, but I think you'll get it. But let me know what you think. And as always, just thanks for being here. Check out I did your January monthly. So check that out. See how that relates to maybe up here. And then, this is the kind of thing you put in your back pocket to keep for the year. I don't know, because certain things are not going to happen until certain things happen. Do you know what I mean? And when that happens, something might spark your memory, of the reading. You go back and you're like, now I see it, right? And it can only be seen maybe at that time. Did that make sense? It's like my playlists. I have many because I want you. It's I want to expand us in many different directions. I want to know about our past lives, so I do a series called Who Was I? And I think I call it Past Life Readings. I want to know about the Twin Flame Journey. I want to know, I do a lot of spirit guide reading. I give you a lot to choose from. And don't worry about the time, because it feels something, if it's calling to you, it'll call to you. And I don't know why I'm saying that, other than, this is a year to trust yourself. This is a year, focus on self-healing. It makes sense now, right? It all makes sense now. 9 and 6, lucky. In any combination, that may give you even a clue of something that's coming your way. I don't know. I don't know. We have the 9 of the Hermit and we have the 6 of the Lovers right there, both ruled by Mercury. How interesting. How interesting. So, I love you. I will see you next time at my table. Have a great year, guys. Bye-bye.